Okay, so let's start out. Let's get the formal stuff out of the way. So attendance sheet, answer the question sheet. This week's question is, name something Kovacs was doing instead of making up an attendance question. So have fun with that. Try to keep it clean. If you want to win a Snickers bar, please. Okay, now if you remember, last meeting's attendance question was, name a good prank that I could play with my wife. And before I get to the winning suggestions, I thought I would briefly go over some of the things I've done in my spare time with my wife. This is by no means an exhaustive list. This is just meant to be a random sampling. These are also some of the more G-rated things I've done. A lot of these are not pranks in the conventional sense, but mostly a lot of them are things just that I do to annoy my wife, but you'll get the idea. And because these are personal stories from my life that I'm presenting to you, this will be part of an ongoing series that I'd like to call So, number one, Leo the pervert. So, I went to the Goodwill store looking for a coffee table, didn't find one. However, I did find a cardboard cutout of this exact picture, actually, of Leonardo DiCaprio, about life size. So this was at a time when my wife was gone for the summer from her apartment, and I was coming back and she wanted me to drop something off her apartment. She gave me her keys, so I thought I'd punish her a little bit. So what I did is I took the cardboard cutout, bought it for $1, by the way. And by the way, you can see this at the entrance to the ME building. Have any of you ever seen that? Yes. That's this. That's what that's from. Okay, so what I did is I stuck it in the bathroom, kind of sticking out of the shower. And the layout of my bathroom now is completely different. There was a door right next to that, so basically you wouldn't see it when you walked in. And the hope was that when she sat down to take a dump, whatever, she'd see this guy leering at her and like freak out. Didn't work quite as how I expected though. Her roommate's dad found it instead. So I got an awkward stare from him. So this was actually a suggestion on the sheet as well. I did buy my wife flowers once, and the reaction was suspicion. Let's put it that way. I was greeted with suspicion by herself, her family, even her mom was questioning me for about 3 days about what I did. So I learned from this that actually this made a very good excuse for me to never buy flowers again. So tip to all of you with girlfriends or wives or whatever. Candy bar thief, this is a good one. She took it upon herself one day that whenever I did things that she liked or approved of, she would bribe me with a candy bar. Kind of like Pavlov's dog or whatever. So, positive reinforcement. Positive reinforcement, that's the term I'm looking for. So, one day while she was out of the house, I did some searching and I found a whole stash of candy bars. I ate them all in about 10 minutes. I got sick off of it, actually. And then where the stash was, I actually left a little note that said this, and it crossed out my name, and then I just wrote the cat's name instead. So what she did then, she didn't say anything about this for like a week, and then one day she told me to clean out the litter box, and she stuck Kit Kats. And then when I questioned her about it, she said the cats got the candy, and that was like what happened. I almost ate one despite her. But that's so, oh, this is a good one. So, one time I decided to basically watch like all the crime shows I could that were available. And what I started to do is I started taking notes whenever she was around. And so whenever I was watching this show and she was around, I'd be like, that guy was an idiot. He killed his wife completely the wrong way. He should have dumped the body here. He should have disposed of it this way. This way he should have dumped the murder weapon. And I got her paranoid to the point where she actually told her 2 close friends that if something happened to her, to make me a person of interest. True story, that really did happen. God bless her. Oh, this was a good one. So the day before, well, I guess right before our wedding, I had some divorce papers made up that I basically just put on the table with all the wedding stuff at the actual wedding. Anyway, I got these divorce papers made. I actually have it here if anyone wants to read it afterwards. But but some excerpts from it include, respondent has on past occasions inflicted grievous and bodily harm on the petitioner. Said respondent is of a violent and belligerent disposition, which is under the influence of alcohol. As a result of persistent violence against the petitioner, said petitioner has been horribly and permanently disfigured and is now reduced to the state of wandering around train station bathrooms uttering praise by So, I like how these people are laughing. It's like, ooh, you're a bad man. So, yeah, she got a good, she actually laughed about this. She actually didn't think this was funny, by the way. However, like I picked it up the day